Yes, sir.
Extremely sorry for the delay, guys. We'll try to keep time from next time. We've started talking about the professional writing and other things, right? What I am going to do today is just continue with what we started off discussing, right? And we'll try to get to the first part of it, um, which is the aspect on the development of paragraph, right? So that's the first thing that we'll be discussing today. I'm going to share the screen with you. Uh, just let me know if you can see it or not. Just give me a moment. Is it visible to you, or you still finding a blank page?
Ma'am, it's visible.
Sorry,
It is visible, ma'am.
it is visible, and the font and everything is okay, right? The size,
Yes.
there's no need of zooming in and out, right?
No.
Okay, all
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So we stopped here. So in the last class, if you remember, we had talked about all of these things. I'm not going to go over it again. We just spoke about what professional writing means and what are its essential differences from the literary writing. And this one, what would constitute the elements of professional writing, right? So among this, there are four of it mentioned, like we discussed last time. We are going to start to talk about the first aspect of this, which is developed and organized paragraphs. Organization comes a bit later. First, we're going to talk about the development of paragraphs, right? Um, Now, this is just an introductory slide to what a paragraph means. So before we learn about how to put them together or how to construct a paragraph, how to formulate one, we're simply going to look at what can you usually what are paragraphs used for. Of course, we know the form and format of a paragraph. It's not what the question is, but you can use it to write about anything and everything, right? Like, for example, what you see as it's listed on the screen. You can use a paragraph to narrate about a series of events. You can use it to classify. You can use it to describe and analyze. You can use it to define a problem, talk about a process, elaborate a single long point. Right? Sometimes you've seen, if you have noticed while reading, certain paragraphs, they're usually just one point. By one point, I mean that, they're also sometimes even just one sentence length, right? So the whole of the paragraph forms just one sentence. So all these kinds of things, or say talk about cause and effect or compare and contrast, these are all different tasks that you can fulfill using a paragraph, or rather a paragraph can be used as a form in order to communicate your information to your audience, right? Or this is the basic form of writing that you need to master if you're someone who's looking to write, right? This is the first thing that comes. So now that you understand what we can do using paragraph, we need to talk about what paragraph does, right? So these are the tasks that you can perform with it. And when you do these tasks, what is essentially a paragraph contributing to in as? It helps you talk about one single point or idea in a coherent and organized fashion. So if I am to put it the other way around, you have to talk about or write about a particular idea or point, right? Single point. This is very important. This particular part given here, single point or idea, is a very important feature as far as paragraphs are concerned, right? While we talk about the idea of coherence and cohesion, this point about single point and idea will come back at that time. Uh, so you have an idea, you have a point to talk about. So the way to present it coherently and to the way to present it in an organized form of information is facilitated usually by a paragraph. Okay, that is the basic task, or that is the reason why you have paragraph writing as the basic of any writing courses, right? We will look at all of this, what single point or idea means, or what coherence means, what organization means in the next class, or maybe if time permits today itself. But for the time being, if you're asked about what a paragraph does, you can simply say that paragraph usually consists of a series of sentences which helps you put forward a single point or idea in a coherent and organized fashion, right? That is how you can talk about it. More details, if someone asks about more details, the details includes what you see on the screen. Like you can take a piece of information or a group of information and then either narrate it, classify it, describe it, elaborate it, relate it to a cause and effect activity, or do a compare and contrast of it. These are all the details of what you can find within a paragraph, the type of information that you can see in a paragraph. Okay. Now, this is here where it begins properly, right? This is about what are the essential components of a paragraph, what makes a paragraph, right? We know what it does, what kind of information can be presented in that, but how do you do that? This answers the question of how can I do this part. If you look at the figure that you see on screen, what do you see there? This is the picture of a burger or anything, sandwich. You can replace it with anything like that. The idea here is that the top layer of any paragraph, the first part of any paragraph is constituted by what you call as a topic sentence. You might have come across this already in English 1 on that module on writing, but we are going to look at it in a little more detailed fashion, right? So topic sentence is the first part that needs to go into the writing of or the developing of any paragraph. No paragraphs can be written without a topic sentence. If you're going to write anything, at least in professional writing, okay, I'll show you where you can skip the topic sentence. There are forms of writing where they don't do it, where the writers don't write a topic sentence. But we are talking about professional writing, and in professional writing, you cannot skip the topic sentence. Why? We'll discuss it in detail in the next slide. So topic sentence is the first thing that you need to see in a paragraph. It must be followed by supporting sentences. Now, what do supporting sentences do? There, as the name suggests, they need to support the claims that the topic sentences make. Okay, and there are various methods or various strategies or techniques in how you can write supporting sentences to talk about the claims made by the topic sentence. Okay, so supporting sentences are always more than one. Since the role is to support, you can have more than one sentence as supporting sentences in a paragraph. Like topic sentence is usually just one. Okay, you don't have to write beyond that. And then after you're done with your supporting sentences, then comes your conclusion sentence or concluding sentence. You can call it either, right? Conclusion sentence or concluding sentence. Usually the task of any concluding sentence is to summarize what has already been said in the topic sentence and the supporting sentences, right? These also employ a few techniques. There are different ways in which you can write a concluding sentence that also we'll discuss. Okay, so this much understood. The basic or the essentials of a paragraph would include mainly three parts, which are the topic sentences, right? Topic sentence, not sentences, supporting sentences, and the concluding sentence, right? This is how it looks. So which means the supporting sentence is what you call as the most significant part in a paragraph, because this is where your topic sentence and your concluding sentence derives its importance from. Otherwise, they are just empty claims, right? Or this is basically what helps you develop a paragraph, right? What develops an idea into a paragraph-like structure is basically the supporting sentences, right? All right. Now we move on to looking at what topic sentence means, right? Topic sentence, again, as said, essential part of any paragraph development. Why? Because this is the sentence that holds the key to the main idea of the paragraph. Whatever you're going to write the paragraph about, whatever the topic of your paragraph is going to be an essential part of this particular sentence. Hence, it is an important component in the writing of a paragraph, right? It represents the main ideas, and it also helps the reader to identify the subject on what they're reading or what the paragraph is written about. Okay, because it encapsulates both of these things within itself. It is referred to as the topic sentence, and it's also a essential component for paragraph, right? Now look at the third point that you see here. It is usually the first or second sentence in the paragraph. Why are we saying about this? Because when you talk about writing, it's not just about what information or what sort of arrangement of information goes into the paragraph is important. It's also important where you place this, right? For example, you can't put a topic sentence at the end of the paragraph, right? It has to sit in the beginning, first or second, as the first or the second sentence. This is particularly in the case of professional writing. You will have certain kinds of writings, right, where depending on the purpose, topic sentence moves to the bottom. I'll show you an example of that in a short while. But in case of professional writing, the placement of topic sentence has to be either as the first or the second sentence at least. Pushing it towards the end of the paragraph is not something that is permitted here. The reason being, we know that when we discussed about professional writing, we said that this is a kind of writing which is undertaken to facilitate actions, right? So that people can take suitable actions, or it is usually done to inform or instruct people about something, right? So if these are the functions or the purposes of professional writing, then it is essential on the part of the writer that your purpose is declared in the beginning itself, right? So for example, say an email. When you're writing an email, a formal email to somebody at workspace, the first sentence of that email has to be a purpose statement, which coincides with your topic sentence in professional writing, right? Why? Because, you have to get something done from the person. You don't have the space or the liberty of going round and round with what you want to get done. The better, the earlier you mention what you are writing the mail for or the letter for, the better would be the action taken on that, right? Sooner would be the action taken on that. So because of the limit or the restraints on time and space in the professional zone generally, and people don't want to, take too much nonsense from others, right? They also would like to work faster because time is money in professional zones, right? So we avoid using any sort of roundabout methods like pushing off the purpose to the end or anything to avoid any sorts of ambiguities and confusion. It's placed in the beginning itself, right? So in professional writing, one needs to make sure that the topic sentence always appears in the beginning of the paragraph. It should never be posted to a later period, right? Okay. Now, after that, the second most important part in the topic sentence is the controlling idea. This is a little tricky. It's easy, but could be a slight problem in the beginning. But once you understand what it is, it would be okay. What is controlling idea? Controlling idea is that which sets the direction and perspective of the author. So let me give you an example. So for example, if I want to write about the ill effects of water pollution, on, or say the ill effects of chemical water on chemical release on the aquamarine life, right? If that is what I'm going to say, this is what I want to write about. So the obvious topic sentence for me here would be that there are several ill effects of chemical release on the aquamarine life. Okay, this is my sentence. Okay, do you want me to do one thing? I'll try and type it out in the chat so that you can see it properly. Okay. There are several ways on okay. Do you see the sentence? There are several ill effects of chemical release on aquamarine life. Now, this is your topic sentence, okay, because this declares what you want to write in your paragraph. That is, rest of your paragraph, both the supporting sentences and the concluding sentence is going to talk something about this particular aspect. How do we understand what is the topic and what is the controlling idea? What's the topic? Just by looking at the sentence, can you guess what the topic would be?
Aquamarine life.
Is it just aquamarine life? It's a part of the topic, but it's not the entire topic.
Of chemical release on
The
aquamarine.
whole of that, right? Chemical release on aquamarine life. This is what your topic is, right? You're going to write about it. And what are you going to write about it? This is the topic. And what about the topic are you going to write? About its several ill effects, right? Look at the first part. There are several ill effects of chemical release on aquamarine life. So chemical release on aquamarine life forms your topic, and what you're going to write about the topic becomes your controlling idea. So this several ill effects that you're going to mention is going to be your controlling idea. Together, both of them forms the topic sentence. And that is what the idea is. Topic plus the controlling idea gives you the topic sentence. Gets this? Yeah? Understood what it means?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So, which means, so if you are going to form this paragraph, then your supporting sentences are going to talk about what? These ill effects, right? It's going to mention what are these several ill. In the topic sentence, we just say several ill effects. Your supporting sentences are going to talk about these several ill effects. And that's how you're going to develop the paragraph, right? So at this point, what is important for you to understand is the topic and the controlling idea. So now do you understand what we mean by controlling idea sets the direction and perspective of the author? So it basically tells you what the author is going to talk about the topic, okay? Which is why it's called the controlling idea. Clear? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, everyone. All right. See, this is an important part because this is where you start to learn how to construct, proper sentences, not in terms of its grammar, but in terms of what you want to represent as a writer, right? So this is about the controlling idea. And then what comes next, that it also includes the, this is about topic sentence. So topic sentence includes the controlling idea of paragraph, which can be elaborated with the help of supporting sentences. That's what we just mentioned. So it gives you perspective of the author, direction of the author. It also talks about sometimes if it is an opinion paragraph, like the ones that you see newspaper editorials, right? The op-eds and all that you read, they're usually opinion columns, right? If it is an opinion paragraph or opinion piece that you see, then the controlling idea, it tells you about the attitude or the belief of the author, right? That particular part tells you what the author is going to, whether the author is in favor of something or whether the author is against, writing against something, right? So attitudes are mostly reserved for the opinion paragraphs. For other kind of paragraphs, you can simply say set the direction and perspective of the author. Okay. Now, this we already talked about, but maybe we can just go through it quickly. I told you about the positioning of topic sentence, right? So in professional writing, the preferred position for topic sentence is in the beginning of the paragraph. So either it has to appear as the first or the second sentence. This is the preferred style, right, in professional writing. But there are also the kind of writings where you can see it at the end of the paragraph, or maybe say somewhere else in the paragraph, not beginning, not end, somewhere else. And there are also certain kinds of writing where the topic sentence is absent. Remember, when we began talking, I told you there are the type of writing where you can skip the topic sentence also. What kind of writing do you think they would be? Creative writing, right? So fictional writing, this is applicable to them mostly because they don't follow any rules, right? There is no many rules or any particular rule that is followed in fictional writing or creative writing. Hence, the writers can take the liberty of skipping this altogether. But in any other forms of writing, say academic writing or other forms of writing like technical writing, you cannot skip it, but then you can choose where to keep it. I'll show you examples of the various placements of topic sentence. But for our purpose, because we are talking about professional writing, for For our purpose, the topic sentence has to be always in the beginning of the paragraph, right? Then there are certain methods that it talks about, what are the ways in which you can write topic sentence, but I think we'll skip it for the time being. We'll do it when we are practicing to write it. I think it will make more sense there. Okay, now the last part here is about how to write an effective topic sentence, right? So can you go through the example that you see on screen? There are 3 sets of sentences, all the 3 talking about the same thing, but they are 3 different sentences. Just go through that. Okay, finish reading.
Yes, ma'am.
What difference do you find in all the 3? It's indicated in the brackets alongside, but are you able to follow it? So the first sentence says the fitness industry is concerned with the health and fitness of the people. Okay. Second one says the fitness industry is concerned with health, fitness, fashion, hygiene, mental well-being, and several other aspects of human life. The last one is the fitness industry includes any person, company, or entity that focuses on exercise, health, and overall maintenance of the body, right? Which one, even without looking at anything, which one do you think is the best suitable sentence here? Which one looks like a more effective sentence?
Second one.
Why should it be second one? As in, you tell me how it is better than the other 2 options. No one? See, look at the third sentence as opposed to now. Okay, let's begin by looking at the first sentence. What's the problem with the first one? The fitness industry is concerned with the health and fitness of the people. Okay, it says too general. How does this become too general? I'll give you another example for this to, for you to compare. If I say something like, water pollution is caused by pollution of water. Is that a good sentence to go into any paragraph? Does it sound good? Sound good in the sense it doesn't, you're not adding anything, right? You're simply, that sounds like a stupid statement. Like, that is something that would mean, the reader might have a feeling that the writer is underestimating their intellect, right? You write a statement like that. Did you get this part? If I, write a statement like this, water pollution is caused by the pollution of water, right? So the first sentence we see here looks somewhat similar to that. The fitness industry is concerned with the health and fitness of the people. This is a too general statement. You really don't need to write in any sentence like that. This is an understood part. Yes? No?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now look at the second sentence. What is it doing? The fitness industry is concerned with health, fitness, fashion, hygiene, mental well-being, and several other aspects of human life. If the problem with the first sentence was that it was too general, the problem with this sentence is that it is too specific. It's giving away too many details, right? Something that should be done as a part of the writing exercise, that is slowly building in the details into the writing, has been already done as a sentence in the beginning, and in as a result you have created a lengthy sentence which is giving away too many details, right? That's the problem with this one. But if you look at the last one, it looks like a more rounded understanding of what fitness industry means, right? It includes any person, company, or entity that focuses on exercise, health, and overall maintenance of the body. So everything that you saw in the second sentence as hyphened or, put between commas. They've all been put together under the umbrella terms of exercise, health, and overall maintenance. And that's all you require. Right? When you're beginning to write, you don't have to mention everything in detail because you will get more chance to write about it. Right? So this one encapsulates or this one embodies what your subsequent paragraphs in the article is going to talk about. And then you can give all the details about the points that you see in the second sentence there instead of revealing it right in the beginning. Right? So, which is why the third sentence would be considered a more near effective. Okay, again, I call it near effective because somebody can come up with a better sentence than this. Okay, someone might feel that, oh no, even this one is a little problematic. Let me work a little bit on that. So, since you don't call something like a perfect sentence in writing, the usual method is to say that this is a near effective statement. Okay, which means it just means that it can be made better. There are chances that someone can come up with a better statement than this, right? So, in comparison to the first and the second sentence, definitely the third one looks like a more rounded, a more fulfilling sentence. Okay, agree? Any questions? Yeah, good to go. All right. So we looked at three main part here. One was about what is topic sentence, right? So subject and main idea. We also looked at another part called controlling idea, which is topic plus the controlling idea is what gives you the topic sentence. Controlling idea is basically the perspective setter or the direction setter, or in opinion paragraph, something that reveals the attitude of the author. Very important in order to form a topic sentence. Positioning of the topic sentence, we said that it has to happen at the beginning of the paragraph in case of professional writing. And then the last part here was about writing effective topic sentence. What can be considered an effective topic sentence? A sentence that is not too general or too specific, right? Look at the first thing written there. It should be general enough to not give away the details and specific enough to talk clearly about the subject, right? This is how you can check or verify whether you have written an effective topic sentence or not. Okay. Now we're going to show you a few examples of topic sentence and controlling idea. This will also include the placement of topic sentence, the different placements of topic sentences, and in what kind of writing can you find this. Okay. So just go through this paragraph. Read it, maybe a minute or two. Okay. Let me know when you're done reading.
Yes.
Okay, are we good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So this was one example where we are seeing a paragraph with a topic sentence located in the beginning of the paragraph, right? And what is that? Writing is a complex socio-cognitive process involving the construction of recorded messages on paper or on some other material, and more recently on a computer screen, right? So definitely, what is the topic that we are dealing with here? What's our topic of writing? No? Are you not able to guess it from this?
Writing itself.
Writing, right? Writing is your topic. So what follows is a complex socio-cognitive process involving the construction of recorded messages, so on and so forth, is what that forms the controlling idea. You can easily verify it by reading the rest of the paragraph, right? So if you look at the paragraph, you see that this part is what is being explained in the following paragraph, right? Complex socio-cognitive process. Don't you see the process there? It lists you a few things, right? What is it? Then comes about what all you require in order to do the writing, right? So all of that part is explained in the 1, 2, 3, 4 supporting sentences in the given paragraph, right? And look at the last sentence there. Because of these characteristics, writing is not an innate natural ability like speaking, but has to be acquired through years of training or schooling. Doesn't this sentence sound very similar to what you've read in the first one? The first part of the sentence you wrote here is a complex socio-cognitive process, right? So this thing is said in another way in the last sentence. Is not an innate natural ability like speaking, but has to be acquired through years of training or schooling. See this, how they are connected? Okay, so this is what is meant by concluding sentences, usually like a reinforcing sentence or a summary sentence in a paragraph. Okay, we'll look at in detail when we go to concluding sentence, but since we are looking at these examples, I thought it's good that I show you an example here itself, right? So is this understood to you? How, the supporting sentence is making up for the claim that is made in the topic sentence. In the topic sentence, you have topic is writing and the rest of the part, which is controlling idea. Controlling idea is explained in the supporting sentences and then also summarized in the last concluding sentence, right? This is how we organize it. Got it? Any confusions here? Okay. Now this is example 2. You'll read this again and tell me what you see in this one. If you look at it closely, this is more or less the same as the first paragraph that you saw. But there is a little bit of a difference here. Tell me what it is. It would be nice if you can unmute and talk, because there is no other way I can decide whether you have understood or not. So read this first and let me know. What change do you see in this one, or what difference you see in this one as opposed to the first one you read? In terms of content, they both are the same. Is that fine? So what's the difference here? What do you see as opposed to what you have read in the previous one? No, no difference. What is the topic sentence for this paragraph? No, no idea. What is this paragraph about, and which is the sentence that talks about it?
This
Skills of
also is
writing.
about writing.
Paragraph is still about writing, right? All the sentences are tying up and pointing towards the idea of writing. That's what we are. Uh, that's what the paragraph is about. So, which sentence holds that? Which sentence carries that information that this paragraph is about writing?
The first sentence, right? The skills needed to write range from.
Okay, compare that sentences with other sentences you see here and tell me which one talks better about the part that we are going to talk about writing. Isn't that still the last sentence? If you look at it carefully, unlike speaking, writing is a complex socio-cognitive process that has to be acquired through years of training or schooling, right? This is still the topic, right? This is the sentence that best catches the topic that we are going to read or that we are going to write here, except the part that has been now placed at the end of the paragraph. In the previous one, that was your first sentence, right? Whereas in the next one, that has been placed towards the end, but that is still the topic sentence, right? Because there are different styles of writing. In professional writing, we keep the topic sentences in the beginning. So something in professional zone would look like this. But in other forms of writing, in any other kind of academic writing or technical writing, this is also a method of doing it, where you begin giving all the details and then you place the topic sentence at the end, right? Topic sentence doesn't change, whether it is in the beginning or at the end. That is a sentence which is going to tell you what your topic is. Okay. The only difference is that in professional writing, you cannot put it at the end. You will have to always use that sentence in the beginning of the paragraph. Okay. So this is also another way of writing it. I just wanted to show you. I'll tell you where this kind of, you can ask the question. So what is the form of writing where we place the topic sentence at the end? I'll talk about it while we go ahead in the discussion. Okay, right now I just want to show you that this is also a method of placing your topic sentence. Third example is another one. We are still talking about positioning of topic sentence. Please read through this and tell me where do you see the topic sentence in this. Just pick out the sentence and tell me. First read it and tell me which sentence would you prefer as the topic sentence. What do you say here? Do you think it is easy to pick a topic sentence here?
No, ma'am.
No, right? What's the reason? The write-up that you see, it mostly looks like a bunch of thoughts put together, right? It doesn't have any proper beginning or end. It does not tell you anything specific in details. It just begins somewhere, it ends somewhere, it starts talking about one thing in between. There is no steadiness of idea, first of all, right? And there is no single point maintenance here. Definitely not talking about one thing. Or if we have to really look for the topic sentence, there is none of the sentences given here becomes a topic sentence. We might have to read it and, sort of figure the topic sentence on our own, which is called as the implied topic sentence, right? Why is it called implied? Because no sentence is explicitly seen in the paragraph. No sentence within the paragraph by itself becomes the topic sentence. The reader has to guess it. The reader has to find out what it is, right? This kind of writing now, needless to mention, you understand this is something that is taken off a fictional writing, right? From some sort of a novel or something. So usually fictional writing or creative writing looks this way. They fail to produce any particular topic sentence or anything because they have a very different purpose to serve. They are written in a very different fashion. They've got nothing to do with the orderly writing that we do in the other forms of writing, right? So this is an example of implied topic sentence. That is the case where you can't see a proper topic sentence given in the paragraph. You might have to guess it out of the context. Okay. Now, the last example here is this paragraph. It's a short paragraph. Just read through it. This is the kind of paragraphs you can see in textbooks, right? Your academic books and all that. So read it and try and tell me which sentence do you think would be the topic sentence here. Okay. So short paragraph, an easier one also. Can you tell me which one out of all this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences would become your topic sentence? What is the paragraph about?
The phenomenon of red eye.
The phenomenon of red eye is your topic, and the controlling ideas can be lessened by using the red eye reduction feature found on SLR camera. So this is what your topic sentence is. That particular sentence becomes your topic sentence. The rest of the sentences are all tied to it in order to help you understand the topic, right? So this is an example of a paragraph where the topic sentence is neither in the beginning nor at the end. It's found somewhere else, places elsewhere than that in the sentence. So usually academic textbooks or general textbooks, they have an idea, they have a method of using or writing paragraph this way. Okay. Now, when I say all these things, it is no necessity that, anything besides professional writing should bother too much about topic sentences placement, right? Of course, they cannot skip the topic sentences, but in terms of position, it can either choose to keep it in the beginning, end, or elsewhere in the paragraph. But only in the case of professional writing, we mandated that you keep your topic sentence in the beginning. In academic textbooks and other things, it needs to have a topic sentence, but the placement doesn't matter. You can either put it in the beginning, at the end, or elsewhere, as we saw in the other examples, right? Okay, this point clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Now, let's do one thing. We have about 10 minutes left. So I want to do one activity with you on controlling idea and topic. Okay, so it's a short one. It's about, I think, 8 sentences or so. I'll share the document with you now so we can work on that and then close for today's class. Okay, just give me a minute before I can share it. Window. Just confirm with me if you can see the screen. Visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Now look at this one. We have about 12 sentences, and in each of the sentences, we are trying to separate the topic sentence and the topic and the controlling idea for the given topic sentences. All of them are topic sentences. And we are going to look at the topic and the controlling idea separately. Okay. There are many reasons why pollution in ABC town is the worst in the world. What is the topic?
Pollution.
Pollution.
Pollution in ABC town, right? Pollution in ABC town is the worst in the world. The whole of that part would become your topic. And what will be your controlling idea?
Reasons, many reasons.
Many reasons, right? There are many reasons. That part is what, because that is, the reasons are what you're going to read in the supporting sentence, right? To develop the paragraph. So there are many reasons. That part becomes your controlling idea. Or if you want to shorten it, say many reasons is what is going to control the idea. And topic is, of course, pollution in ABC town in the is the worst in the world, right? Now, second one, to be an effective CEO requires certain characteristics.
Effective.
What's the topic?
CEO requires.
To
An
be an
effective
effective CEO. To be an effective CEO. That part forms your topic and requires certain characteristics. That is going to be your controlling idea, because the supporting sentence is going to develop and explain on that. Okay, that is what will form your paragraph. Third one, there are many possible contributing factors to global warming. Topic? Global warming, right? And possible contributing factors, many possible contributing factors is what is going to control that idea. So controlling idea would be that. Fourth one, fortune hunters encounter many difficulties when exploring a shipwreck. Concentrate a little bit on this one. Fortune hunters encounter many difficulties when exploring a shipwreck.
Fortune hunters.
Difficulties of fortune hunters.
Difficulties of fortune hunters. Any other answers?
Difficulties in exploring a shipwreck.
Difficulties when exploring a shipwreck. What is it?
Controlling idea.
So you're using it as the same thing. Actually, what is the topic? Exploring the shipwreck would be your topic, right? And the difficulties part is going to become your supporting sentences. Fortune hunters just sits there. That part is not very important. What is important is the shipwreck and the difficulties. So topic is the exploration of shipwreck, exploring a shipwreck, and the difficulties. You definitely know that is the controlling idea, because that is what you're going to highlight the paragraph about, right? So fortune hunters, unfortunately, though it sits there, it does not have many roles to play there. The main two part of that sentence is the shipwreck, which is the topic, and the difficulties, which becomes your controlling idea. Okay, understood how this is?
Yes.
Okay. Now, fifth one is dogs make wonderful pets because they help you to live longer. What's the topic?
Dogs make wonderful
Yeah.
pets.
Dogs
Servant.
make wonderful pets. Dogs make wonderful pets is your topic, and because they help you to live longer is your controlling idea, because it means that the supporting sentence is going to give you reasons about why you say dogs make wonderful pets. Okay. Now, crime in poverty-stricken areas occurs because of a systemic discrimination. Topic, what are we going to talk about?
Crime in poverty is taken.
Yeah, that is going to be your topic, right? Crime in poverty-stricken areas because of a systemic discrimination. So now you're going to talk about the reasons of that, right? Same thing. 7th one, teen pregnancy may be prevented by improved education.
Teen pregnancy.
Teen pregnancy, right? And how the part which answers the question how is going to be your controlling idea, right? So supporting sentence will talk about that. How it can be prevented through improved education is your controlling idea. Cooking requires a number of different skills. Topic?
Cooking.
Cooking. Right? Cooking. And requires a number of different skills, which means you're going to detail out these skills in your supporting sentences, right? So that is your controlling idea. Next one, it is important to be ready before buying a house. Topic?
Buying a house.
Buying a
Buying a
house.
house. Correct. Buying a house. Okay. Now do you start getting how to do this? I think you've figured out how to get the controlling idea now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Graduating from high school is important for many different reasons. Topic?
Graduating from high school.
Graduating from high school is important. Okay, that is the topic, and then the different reasons that you're going to give is your
Controlling idea.
Yeah. Having a first child is difficult because of the significant adjustments in your life.
Having a first child.
Having a first child.
First child is difficult. Okay, that's your topic, and the reason that you're going to give significant adjustments that will form your
In your
supporting
life.
sentences. Correct, correct. The last one, remodeling a kitchen successfully requires research and a good eye.
Remodeling a kitchen.
Remodeling a kitchen successfully.
Correct. That's your topic. And
Topic.
then the requires research and a good eye becomes your
Controlling idea.
Okay, you started to get a sense of this. So this is how you're going to write your topic sentence when you begin your paragraph. Okay, this kind of ordering will, or this kind of arrangement of the information within the sentence is going to help you kickstart a good paragraph. And then we'll talk about how to write supporting sentences and what are the methods in the next class. Okay. So any question, we'll stop for today. If you have any questions, you can ask, or else let's meet next week, same time. Okay. All right, then. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week for the class. And if you're joining the English 2 session at 6, which is to start now, let's meet there. See you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.